Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam.
Sheikh, we know that the vote for praying in Masjid and Nabvi are considered better than performing 1,000 prayers, and praying in Masjid Haram is 100,000 times better than in any other masjid. I'm curious about the way this reward system applies to individuals living near these sacred places who have the opportunity to pray there regularly compared to those living farther away or in different countries. So I wanted to know, how can Muslims living in different countries or further away maximize their reward for prayers? Jazakallah khair.
Well, the only way they can do that is to shift to Mecca and Medina. Very simple. This is a reward set by Allah Azza wa Jal as an incentive for those who live in such a beautiful city as Mecca or Medina. And those who live elsewhere are definitely deprived from such a reward. This is Allah's favor and blessing upon people. I don't have the luxury of saying, how can I enjoy the beautiful weather of this country or that in Europe during springtime when it's boiling hot where I live? This is Allah's favor and blessing upon people. He awards those whom He wills with what He wants. Living in Mecca and Medina is not easy. There's a lot of hardship involved, especially for those who may run businesses and they have to travel all the time and they need to be in a sort of a hub to be able to go all over the world for their meetings and the likes. So they may find it difficult. There are no quote-unquote international schools like those in Jeddah or in Riyadh or elsewhere. There are so many things that these cities may lack other than spirituality. So you want to compromise all of this because you want 100,000 prayers per prayer or 1,000 prayer per prayer? Shift and move if you can. If you can't, then this is Allah's favors and blessing upon the people. It's like saying, okay, millionaires and billionaires who give in charity and zakat, how can we reach their level in the money they give in charity which we cannot afford? This is Allah's favors and blessing, and Allah knows best. Anas from Canada. Ya Anas.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Sheikh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So my question is about takbiratul intiqal in salah. When I make a takbir before I move, or like before I make the ruku', or after I finish ruku' or sujud, not along the movement, do I, out of forgetfulness, do I need to make sujud as-sahw?
Okay, a lot of the scholars emphasize that the place of takbiratul intiqal, or the takbir of movement, is between the pillars. So if I'm going from the standing position to sujood, I don't say Allahu Akbar and then I move, like so many imams do, just to ensure that their voices are beautifully relayed through the microphone. This is ignorance from their side. Some other imams postpone the takbir until they reach the ground, and they say while in sujood, Allahu Akbar, so that people would not rush and race them. And both are wrong. The sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ was to be said in between. So once you start moving, you say Allahu Akbar, and you end the ar usually when your forehead is about to hit the ground. And once the imam's forehead hits the ground, only then the followers start to bend their backs. They don't start to bend their backs and knees the moment the imam moves. No, they wait until his forehead touches the ground as per the sunnah. This is why some scholars said, if the imam fails to say the takbir at the right time, so he says it while standing or when he reaches the other position, his prayer is invalid. And to invalidate someone's prayer you need evidence. You just can't speak out of thin air and say, your prayer is invalid. No, this is not logical nor permissible. And also to say that you have to perform sujood al-sahw for such a mistake or such a movement, intentional action, needs also a dalil or an evidence to back it up. So I'm inclined to say that such a person, such an imam, is wrong. Yet the prayer is valid and there is no requirement or need for sujood al-sahw, and Allah Azza wa Jalla knows best.